The restorative justice program is a structured process that allows all persons involved in a crime to have an equal voice in order to repair all harms. It also allows the offender to repay the community and/or victim of the crime. It serves to assist victims as the first priority and to restore the community to the best degree possible as the second priority. The organization that will be concentrated on is the Longmont Community Justice Partnership, also known as LCJP. It is a non-profit organization. They provide restorative justice services for communities and schools. Their program office is housed in the Longmont Safety and Justice Center. They work in partnership with the Longmont Police Department and other criminal justice services. Donations and sponsors such as King Soopers, Nicolo's Pizza, and etc. are what keeps this organization running. However, community volunteer members that go through proper training are what keeps this organization alive. The one strategy that is commonly used is the Restorative Justice Circle. This is where the victim, volunteer community members, and the offenders come together and talk about what happened and attempt to repair the damages.
Today, we have an example of a situation being solved by the restorative justice system. The restorative justice system allows for the repayment to society and the victims by the offender. So, Jerry, before we begin, could you tell us about what happened last night?
Well, some friends and I were walking around the neighborhood trying to find something to do. And then one of my friends dared me to steal from this house. And I guess I just felt so pressured to do it that I did it.
Samantha, tell us about how you felt that night.
Gosh, I felt terrible. I couldn't believe someone would do that to me.
Why don't we start by telling each other your story?
My friends dared me to steal your TV from your house. So I did it.
You still had a choice, though. Did you ever think about how it would affect the person you're stealing from?
I wasn't really thinking at the time. It was all just in the moment.
I felt awful. I still feel awful. I don't feel safe in my own home anymore.
I'm sorry that I stole your TV and that you don't feel safe in your own home anymore.
So I believe we can begin to create a contract in which you agree to pay her back within the allotted date.
I think we can do that.
Agreed.
The social issue is deviance and crime. There is a social injustice with offenders that are incarcerated that do not get the proper treatment to reform in prisons. This organization allows a social change for offenders to communicate with their victims and the community for help. For example, people who commit property crime do not know the effect towards the victims after the crime is committed. A lot of crimes are committed in broken window neighborhoods. The broken windows theory explains how social controls are weakened and minor acts of deviance can introduce more serious crimes and social decay. Differential association can also take place, which is a matter of rewards and punishment. What is a deviant to one group could be something that enhances status to another group. This creates different norms in society. Violating norms could be something acceptable to a group. The RJ system can create a chance for change for offenders. It helps create a more peaceful environment. It costs $4,445,000 to house 165 inmates for 1 year. Not only is it cheaper to do the RJ process, but it gives the offender a second chance.
How can people get involved in this organization? Well, 1, you could donate or sponsor, or 2, become a volunteer. Volunteers are the heart of the organization. Let your voice help someone make positive decisions for their life. Affect yourself and your community in positive ways. Someone out there needs your guidance.